5 government ministers recently returned from a visit with officials of Exxonmobil at the company's headquarters in Houston, Texas. Those on the trip were Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman, Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge, Minister of Finance Winston Jordan, Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, and Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin. Those 5 ministers were appointed by President Granger, along with the Presidential Advisor on Petroleum Dr. Jan Mangal, to report on the sector. They are what the President called the Quintet Plus One. Mr. Jordan explained that talks on various issues between the government and Exxonmobil are ongoing, and among the reasons for the visit was to move those talks along formal lines.
And so they will occur as often as they should or circumstances warrant. But at a minimum, they should be at least twice a year. And we are suggesting once in Guyana, once in Houston. All right? So that it not mean that we spying on each other, but we're keeping our friends close.
The minister was then asked to provide specifics of matters discussed during the visit.
It's oil and gas matters. I mean, come on, it's in the interest, it's in the national interest. There are oil and gas matters, from everything from production, making certain that we're still on target, the level of investment that's being made, cost oil, profit oil, modeling our flows and so on, So it was 2 days, so it's very intense. It was very intense.
No prior announcement was made about the trip, and according to Mr. Jordan, the discussion in summary was based on how both parties intend to move forward.
Wasn't any deal making or any need to have technical officers and so on. This is the quintet part. When technical officers and technical negotiations are required, we are going to have technical officers guided by, perhaps, or overseen by some political person.
The contract signed between the two parties was not discussed. Guyana has signed on to a 50-50 sharing agreement with Exxonmobil and is also set to receive a 2% royalty. Roy and James, HGP Nightly News.